Did you know that Boeing had a notable number of surplus jets that were originally built for Chinese carriers? Abandoned by their original customers, it allowed Air India to swoop in and pick up the jets, quickly leading to accelerated fleet growth. Unfortunately, that so-called surplus supply has dried up, leaving Air India to wait longer for the remainder of its orders. According to the South China Morning Post, Air India had added 2 Boeing aircraft a month on average since September 2023. People familiar with the matter, however, tell the media outlet that the pool of Whitetails will run dry by June. These 737 MAX jets were originally built for Chinese carriers. However, due to regulatory concerns, particularly around the safety of a lithium battery and cockpit voice recorders, the airlines deferred their deliveries. Air India has been on a massive revitalization and expansion campaign with hopes to better compete against Middle Eastern carriers as well as domestic heavyweight Indigo. Air India Express ordered 190 Boeing jets in June 2023. At the time of making this video, the budget branch of Air India has already taken possession of 42 of the 50 so-called Whitetail planes. South China Morning Post says that another 3 will be delivered throughout April and 5 between May and June. Leham News noted in 2023 that these Whitetail jets had to be reconfigured to Air India specifications, with software for cockpit systems needing to be reconfigured. Additionally, software and other upgrades emanating from the 21-month global grounding of 737 MAX aircraft had to be completed. But what about the other 140 MAX aircraft? Well, it's going to be a much longer wait for Air India Express. Indeed, these aircraft won't start arriving at the carrier before the end of the financial year ending March 2026. The domestic air travel market in India is highly competitive, and the carrier could lose ground to rivals like Indigo and SpiceJet if it runs up against its capacity limits. Much newer startup Akasa Air competes as well, and the carrier has also grown its fleet thanks to the Whitetail planes not taken up by Chinese carriers. Of course, with everything happening in the United States regarding tariffs, it'll be interesting to see if trade tensions result in a global economic slowdown, or if major economies like India will remain unaffected. If we experience a global recession, then we could see demand for air travel decrease, which could, in turn, decrease the urgency for new jets. At the same time, the Centre for Economic Policy Research notes that India managed to escape the direct adverse impact of the Great Recession of 2008-09. This was largely because its financial sector at the time was very poorly integrated with global markets and practically unexposed to mortgage-backed securities. So, what do you think about Air India's decision to scoop up the Whitetail 737 MAXes and its drive to expand? Let us know by leaving a comment. In addition to our daily YouTube videos, Simple Flying publishes over 150 articles every week. If you're looking for the latest aviation news and insights, visit simpleflying.com.